When I go to the grocery store and look for eggs, I often see labels on the front of egg cartons saying terms like free range and cage free. I wonder what those terms mean. It turns out that the United States Department of Agriculture, also known as the USDA, is the group that assigns the requirements needed to be met for an egg to be put under a specific category of chicken egg. So what are those categories, and what are the differences and similarities between those kind of eggs and the basic white egg that I see all the time? And why are the basic white eggs so expensive compared to the other eggs? I will be exploring the egg industry, and will be comparing and also contrasting the basic white egg to the more difficult and unique kinds of chicken egg. And I'll be identifying what the differences and similarities of the chickens who lay the white egg and the ones who lay the more different kinds of eggs. The egg that I plan to compare and contrast the other eggs to on is the most commonly found and the cheapest egg type there is, the basic white egg. Large-scale egg farms will often use this rule set for chickens. These chickens are specifically chosen to produce the highest amount of yield per year. These eggs will not have the label of cage, but this is how most of the common white eggs are raised. The chickens who lay the white eggs often live in compact cubicles and are fed nutrient-rich food and water to help strengthen the eggs and to produce as many eggs as possible. These eggs are then put onto a gutter or conveyor belt to be cleaned and sold off. These chickens do not get to also move around a lot and do not often get to see the outside, and light simulates the time of day and night. After visiting the store to find chicken egg types and learning about the common white egg, I later went to a friend of mine's house in which they sell eggs. I then went into their barn and saw all these chickens and asked how she would classify her eggs. She said they were free-range eggs, but not organic. She told me what they were. A chicken who lays free-range eggs are chickens, according to the USDA, who get access to a building or room or area with unlimited water and food and access to the outside during the laying cycle. I went to look up how much space is needed, but interestingly, there was not a specific requirement. But there was a rule of thumb being 25 square feet per chicken. This is a big difference compared to the classic white egg chicken, who spends their entire life in a little cubicle to produce eggs, while free-range chickens get to explore a barn or baking house and get to go outside during times of the laying period or during times of good weather. This also explains why free-range chickens are more expensive than white eggs, because it takes more time and effort to get the eggs off and sent to be sold. This mainly consists of eggs being laid out in the grass, requiring you to get possible predators, etc. My friend said free range is not organic, so I wondered what are organic eggs and how are they similar to free range, so I looked it up. A chicken who lays organic eggs, according to the USDA, gets to live pretty similarly to a free range chicken, being that they get to explore a henhouse or barn and get to go outside during the laying cycle. But they have one exception, being unlike free-range chickens, they have to be fed a specific feed, also known as USDA certified organic feed. This means, like free-range chickens, its main difference from the basic white egg is that organic chickens get to roam and explore more than the white egg, who gets to stay inside a cage or a cubicle. When I look back on all this research and learning I did, I realized that the egg itself, even with the multiple type of chicken eggs out there, the eggs will not drastically change in nutritional value no matter the lifestyle. According to the USDA, the only difference that can happen nutritionally in an egg is very small, being only changed by their diet. The only major difference between these eggs is how the chicken who lays them is treated, and the prices of the egg. When looking at the prices of the egg, I realized that the chicken who get to live more naturally, their egg cartons are more expensive, and this explains why basic white eggs are cheaper than free range, why free range is cheaper than organic. Also, the more expenses and labor the egg producer needs to do to get their product shipped also affects the price. Like, more effort is needed to take care of free range than white. So in conclusion, when looking at your food, be sure to see where it comes from first.